Welcome everybody to race number 9 in the ERA Winston Cup Series. We are coming to you live from Charlotte Motor Speedway, site of what will be our longest race of the season, 100 laps here at Charlotte. A lot of these guys that solely run the K&N cars in the D-Class and iRacing, this will probably be the longest race that they've ever been in. Some, this might be the only one they're ever going to be in. Other than that, we are here for an exciting race tonight. Lights coming on, slowly but surely. Starting to get a little bit darker here. As cars going around for the final time, trying to get the kinks fixed before the race. As at the moment, point leader Jonathan Christopher holding a 24-point lead over Michael Senzi and a 35 over Brian Wright. John Diekman 74 out of the lead, and Adam Musso is 123. That's your top 5 in points. So Christopher been losing some ground a little bit. Other than that, let's get to your starting lineups for today's race. And here at the ERA, we like to congratulate Jonathan Christopher on snatching the pole for this event. I believe this is the second pole position that he has had. Again, congratulations to Jonathan Christopher, and let's get to the starting lineup for today's race. And here is your starting lineup for today's race. Starting P1 is Jonathan Christopher. I believe, again, second pole of the season, maybe third. I don't have my sheet up on me right now. Very important that he gets this. He is the point leader. Again, 24 points over Michael Senzi. Had a terrible run. I believe he finished like 13th at Talladega, as he got caught up in a few incidents. Starting alongside him is John Diekman in the 97. Diekman here didn't have too good of a run here at Dega last week. Nice second place qualifying effort to give him a little momentum into this long race. Row number following him, Jonathan Wall, who's been off and on, has a win or so here in this league. One probably out of all the I rating, probably our highest I rated driver in the grid. Starting alongside him is Frank Dawson, who had a surprising 4th place qualifying effort. Frank showed a little speed here and there. Probably one of the best ERA prospects that we've had as far as the new drivers that we took along and is letting them learn and get familiarized with this stuff a little bit more. So very happy to see some progress being made, and a lot of the drivers that are in here that want to get better, look to Frank. Frank's a prime example of what you can do if you take the tools we have in this league to get yourself better. Another guy I expect big things from this week. He had some speed at the All-Star race, as he was the fan vote guy in. Tyler Booth, who has been coming on strong and running pretty decent here in these races that he's been in. Alongside him, a guy who barely missed the All-Star race last week, Adam Musso, I thought was going to pull a last lap pass off in that race, but needless to say, he is rolling off 6th. 7th, we don't have pictured as Toby Weatherford making one of his starts. I don't know why he's not here. Guess he'll just appear when he feels like it. Skip that. Brian Wright in the number 8. 8th spot. He finished 5th at Talladega with a destroyed car. That just shows you how of much of a massacre Talladega was. That's one reason why it isn't really uploaded on the YouTube yet. But anyway, needless to say, Wright will be rolling off in the 8th position. Little uncharacteristic, but Michael Cinzi in the 92, he's starting back here in 9th. But I assure you, he will finish up toward the front. He's probably got the best finishing average of all the drivers in the league. And if it wasn't for connection issues at Talladega, he probably would be our point leader. Honestly. Right beside him, rounding out our top 10, Jerry Carroll, who had a little bit of speed in the All-Star race, but really couldn't put it together. He will round out our top 10. Behind him is Michael McKinnon, who started at Dega. I believe he got him a top 10 there. Don't know much about the guy, but expect good things from him. With him is Jonathan Noon in the 22, who was the winner of Talladega from the Michael Cinzi disconnect. So Noon with a win. He was in the All-Star last week. Didn't really see too much from him. So don't really have much on the guy. Ryan Jones starting 13th. He's been able to show speed here and there. You know, he's not been too bad, and he's learning a lot with some of these other guys. So hopefully Ryan might have a strong run here. Joe Packard right behind him, another one of the projects here in the ERA. Not really had the finishing results. I don't think Packard's had a top 10 yet. So he's still looking for his first top 10 of the season. Rounding out the grid is Joe Rogue, who's starting 15th. Who has, I believe, had a top 5 run at Dega. And not really had much other than that. He ran Chicago with us, finishing the back. And that rounds out your starting lineup for today's race. As we'll get the command to fire the engines and we'll get racing.
For the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, chef, restaurateur, and host of Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri.
Drivers, start your engines!
And here we go. The engines are fired up. Cars are ready to go. This will be 100 laps. We do a 65% fuel window. So I'm guessing about 35 laps on a tank of fuel. Strength of field, 1662. As Jonathan Christopher's going to lead them down. Again, strength of field, 1662 of all 15 drivers to here today. This is officially race number 9 in the season, so we are at the halfway point. Here we go. Well, pace car is in. And we are green. Not really a good race restart. Tyler Booth already stepping out of the lane. As we see Chops already to a decent lead. Diekman following him. Meanwhile, Tyler Booth working on Jonathan Wall. Sorry, my camera screwed up a little bit. As Booth into the wall. Meanwhile, Wright working on Musso is going to get by him. Wright's going to pull that pass off. Meanwhile, he's got Booth, Cindy, McKinnon right there. Wright's going to move in on Booth, slide up a little bit, going to get by him. Meanwhile, McKinnon's behind him watching. And Wright got into the wall, and we are under caution. As the pace car is just now officially going to step out on the track. And this will be our first chance to take a break here as pit stops are about to happen. So we will be right back. This is the iCar Sports Network presenting the ERA Winston Cup Series on YouTube.
I think how lucky I am to be a NASCAR Winston Cup driver, and how fortunate I am to have a great sponsor like Napa Auto Parts, because Napa understands quality and value, and the importance of having a friendly, knowledgeable staff. And it's at times like this, looking around at the empty grandstands and listening to the silence of pit road, that I realize I'm at the wrong track.
We are back. Ryan Jones is our leader. He did not pit. Trying to get that 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Understandable. As pace car is down and away. We're about to be green and racing again. And here we go. I'm sorry guys, I've been trying to fix those cameras. My fault, as Ryan Jones is gonna about to an early lead. Diekman moves in the second position now, along with Christopher Wall. Cinzy's going to move in the 5th as Packard is just losing positions quick. Now we are riding along with Joe Packard. Meanwhile, they are catching Jones. I literally just fixed that camera. What the hell? I'll just have to switch cameras. Sorry. As Diekman passes for the lead here, as he's got Jonathan Christopher on him. And moved Jonathan Wall in the third place, as Jones went from the lead to third all in the span of a quick lap. And meanwhile, we're riding on board with Jonathan Wall, as Wall is trying to get by Jonathan Christopher. It looked like you got a little tight there. And caution is out. I don't know why. I don't see any cars spun. I believe it is Joe Packard who has spun it. And this will be caution number 2 here in Charlotte. Gonna get a chance for some green flag pit stops here, or caution pit stops. Sorry. Shameless promoting here. This is race number 9 into the season. Well, we had the All-Star, so it's been 11 total for us. Season's almost winding down. We will be at Michigan next week. The points championship is getting tight. We don't do a chase. We do the classic points here, so pretty much a little old school racing here. That's what we like to do. As the cars are pitting. Right now, Toby Weatherford is your leader in the 9. Now, since the pit stops are done, Diekman won the battle off pit road. We are going to take another break. This is the iCars Sports Network presenting the ERA 100 at Charlotte.
Where's the crew?
Do they expect us to do it?
Do they expect us to do it?
That's it.
Uh-oh.
Anybody need another Coke?
I'll take one. Thank you.
We're back right as the lights on the pace car has gone out. We are going green. John Diekman's going to lead them down. That was probably the most decent restart we've had the entire time. I have fixed that damn camera I don't know how many times. Alright then. As Diekman gonna have a rear view mirror full of Jonathan Wall. He's been sneaking in there. Well, looks like he slipped up. Wall's going to get to the inside. And Wall's going to pull the pass out. And move Wall to first. And it looks like we got a little, maybe a little trouble. As a 74 and the 30 had an incident, it looks like. At the moment, no caution, but Joe Packard's all blew up. Meanwhile, we are continuing to go green. Jonathan Wall leading the race. Pass for second as we have Jonathan Christopher getting by Diekman. And it happened. Tyler Booth sitting in fourth position, looking in on this battle. Said Booth had a really good car last week in the All-Star race, and he showed he had some speed, and here he is sitting fourth. Behind him is Michael Cinzi, who's again had a back of the pack starting effort of ninth, and here he is getting closer and closer to the grid, closer and closer to the front of the pack as the race is going on. Alongside him, behind him, Brian Wright, who started 8th. Meanwhile, Wall is in front. Jonathan Christopher's all over him at this point. For anybody wondering, Joe Packard was able to get it back to pit road. He is currently Mike McKinnon getting right back on the track. As Jonathan Wall has not been able to get Jonathan Christopher off his back bumper. I figured Wall would have pulled away by now. There's the pass. The attempt at it. Oh, wrong guy. Oh, we got trouble. We have trouble. Perfect time to let your finger slip on the camera. Caution's going to be out. And McKinnon just ran right into the 91. And that's going to be a caution. I'm pretty sure. And I believe Diekman was the beneficial guy with that. A lot of cars with damage. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and take a really quick commercial break. We will be back. This is the ERA Charlotte 100. presented by the iCar Sports Network. We'll be back.
Pit road is open. Eric.
Well, Nate, they're trying to make the most of a frustrating day.
No! Drift! They can just quit now.
Enough of that garbage.
Absolutely terrible. Hey, let's go. As it seems, we can lose. I'm going to try to get you going just a little bit.
You do your job, I'll do mine, okay?
Shake it off there, pull your belt tight. Go, 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 go.
Tony? How you feeling, bud?
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke.
And we are back. I think I got all the camera problems fixed. I have the standings finally fixed because apparently it was doing a double. I don't know why. Other than that, John Diekman is your leader. As lights on the pace car's off, so we're about ready to go green. Lights on the pace car's off. We're racing. As I guess another wreck with Wall. Well. Caution is out again. And the way I like to thank Sim Racing Apps for their fine app. As if you've noticed, now they display the cautions and stuff now. The only way it works is the second the pace car touches the racing surface. That's how it knows the caution's out. And again, another caution. Pace car finally catches. Everybody finally catches up to the pace car and pits. Nope. No takers. Jonathan Noon will be given the lucky dog. Long race here, 32 laps in. I believe all 15 cars are still on the speedway. Almost set to go green here. I believe there's one more lap. Again, this league runs on Tuesday nights. We open the rooms at 8 p.m. Go green at 9. We pretty much offer, this league offers practices galore. We have a practice session on Monday. I believe we've been doing one on Wednesday now, so plenty of time to get track time in. If you're one of those drivers that want a league that offers, some track time on the iRacing Sim, please comment below. Also, it was announced some more details on the new Pro Series we are doing, which is going to be the A-Class cars, which is the Cup cars. Open Setup Series, we're going to follow NIS on Thursday nights. And again, the top 20 in the K&N Series, our Winston Cup Series, will get invites in it. Will be called up, so to speak. And that league will probably be done a lot more serious than this one, as far as like new learning drivers. ERA has been in contact with some top-notch talent on the iRacing Sim, so hopefully that might pan out. And we will be releasing more details as we go. As pace car is off, we're green again. Deacon's leading them down. Nice start. As the front three getting by the lap car. Been out in front. Again, Tyler Booth sitting third place, having probably his strongest run of the season. As Booth currently sitting 24th in the point standings. Got 4 more spots to go to get into the top 20 in points. We could get that invite into our Pro Series for Season 1. He is looking good so far. Let's look on further back in the field and see what else we could find. Currently running right now with Brian Wright, who's sitting in the 6th position, running with Musso. Further on back, we got Jonathan Wall running like a man possessed after that caution. He is now 7th position. Meanwhile, it looks like we got Ryan Jones and Toby Weatherford in a tight battle. Weatherford in the wall, and him and Jerry Carroll's going to wreck. And I don't think cars are supposed to be running there. Caution will be out. All right. Another caution. As we lost Toby, now the scenic cam had to start playing. That's how bad the wreck was. I've lost track of cautions, but There it is. And this is going to give me a chance to get a break and collect myself. So this is the Charlotte 100 presented by the iCar Sports Network on YouTube. So, yeah, we'll be back.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
All right, here we go. 32 laps to go. Jonathan Christopher leading after the round of pit stops. Yeah, pit stops. Wright in second. Diekman in third. Pace car is out. Is down. We're back green. Alright, little restart there. Wall got by. Booth there. Wright and Diekman are fighting for position. Actually, Wright's going to stay in second. And Diekman just spins him. And that'll be a caution. Another caution. And next week we will be at Michigan Speedway, the old Michigan. So that should be really fun. Mike McKinnon's going to get the lucky dog. He's going to officially be 3 laps down still. Currently at the moment, our current running order right now, Jonathan Christopher in first, Tyler Booth second, John Diekman third, Frank Dawson fourth, Adam Musso fifth, Jonathan Wall sixth, Michael Cinzy 7th, Joe Rogue 8th, Ryan Jones 9th, Jonathan Noon rounding out your top 10. Lights on the pace car should be off coming into this lap. Nope, apparently not. Somebody we ain't talked about much, who has really remained silent all night. Frank Dawson sitting in 3rd position. Frank, if he was to finish here, this would be his best finish of the season, of the official points season. He did win our exhibition race that we had that never saw the light of day. Missed the All-Star due to iRacing computer problems. There's a glitch in the system, I guess we'll call it. Yeah, glitch in the system. Hindered a few guys from being able to make Charlotte because of their graphics cards. Crazy world we live in. Anyway, good run for Frank. Tyler Booth sitting 2nd. Been in top 5 car all night. If he don't get a top 5, I'd be very disappointed in him. Adam Musso, another guy who has been silent tonight. He is now in 4th position. Good for him. Again, Jonathan Christopher still continuing to lead them down. And we're green. Tyler Booth was ready to go there as he bumped him twice. I was riding along with Booth. Now we're riding back along with Christopher. Michael Cinzy's going to move into 4th. Cinzy working on Dawson. Frank's still holding on to that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Tyler Booth trying to run down Christopher. Since he's going to pull the pass off on Dawson. Move Cincy to third, and Cincy is coming on. And caution is on the speedway. Looks like that was a caution for debris. And while they're pitting, I guess we're going to take the break here. We'll be back with the end of this race. Thank God.
A broken heart, I can't help you. Rocket science, don't know what to tell you. I may not know how to get to the moon, but when I want to fly, my crew knows what to do. Crank around the world in the left rear. You're only turning 9,000, need another gear. Never know how.
We are back, 13 to go. This is going to be the last run to the checkered. Jonathan Christopher's been dominant all night. Michael Cincy still set second. Frank Dawson third. Deekman fourth. Adam Musso fifth. Ryan Jones sixth. Toby Weatherford seventh. Tyler Booth eighth. And Joel Rogue ninth. Brian Wright 10th. Last car on the lead lap. Maybe Noon. Noon actually. Well, no, Noon got a lucky dog. Anyway. Pace car pulls in. We are back green and racing. As terrible start all around. And looks like the black flag for the 97 for jumping the start. That was a bad start. Anyway, Jonathan Christopher's going to get a very, very, very big margin. Cincy's going to be second. 97 serving the black flag. We'll drop him out of the running of the race. Anyway, Michael Cincy sitting second. Frank Dawson still sitting third. He's having a strong run tonight. Best run he's had this season. Meanwhile, Wright restarted 10th after he and Wall tangled, and he's worked his way all the way back up to past Joe Rogue for 5th. Or Rogged. Forget how he pronounced it. He tried to give us a pronunciation during the race. I forget what it was. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Anyway, pass for 5th. Meanwhile, another guy we haven't mentioned much, Adam Musso in the 19. He's sitting in 4th position. Looks like he's going to challenge Frank for 3rd. As Musso, this is what he does. You don't hear from him much during the race, but when it comes to the end, he's there. Looks like he got tight a little bit. Or loose, I'm sorry. I know these setups tend to get a little loose sometimes. Meanwhile, here comes Wright sneaking into the picture as he's trying to pick him off to get up as close to the front as he can. We got a little 4-car group there. I believe that's Rogue behind them. It's a good 4-way battle for 3rd. Frank Dawson trying to hold on. Meanwhile, Jonathan Christopher leads still. Not much racing left. Looks like it's Jonathan Christopher's to lose. This will be win number 3 for him. Meanwhile, Wright got by Musso. And Wright's getting a little loose. And he's in the wall. And that'll end Wright's day. 2 to go. Jonathan Christopher coming to take the white flag. He has wins at Dover, Atlanta. Looks like it's about to be Charlotte. Since he's going to get second, Frank Dawson looks like he's going to finish perfectly in 3rd. Coming around turn number 4. Jonathan Christopher will get win number 3 of the ERA season. Control the points lead a little bit more now. Michael Cinzy going to finish 2nd. Frank Dawson going to come home 3rd. Adam Musso finishes 4th. Joel Rogue finishes 5th. Getting his first, be his second top 5 of the season. Yep, second top 5 of the season. Ryan Jones, Toby Weatherford, 6th and 7th. John Diekman, 8th after the black flag penalty. And Brian Wright, 9th. Tyler Booth finishing 10th. That is your top 10. Jonathan Christopher will extend his point lead to 49 points over Michael Senzi. Brian Wright down to 87 points back. John Diekman, 122 back. Adam Musso, 158. And that'll be your top 5. Well, hopefully the racing's a lot better next week as we hit Michigan Speedway. This race, very eventful. Gonna really talk to the guys about some of this stuff that went down during this race. So hopefully we all learn from it and we get better. Again, Jonathan Christopher, the winner. We'll see you next week for Michigan.